Hello everyone, I am Masakha Malwa, aka BZB, and welcome to my channel. If you are new, please subscribe and join the family. And if you're returning, I'm so glad to see you again. Thank you for joining the family. Anyways, let's get into this, shall we? Number one reason why I will never ever ever date a man with kids again in my life was because my ex, my most recent ex, had 6 kids. Yes, you heard me. 6 children with 5 different baby mamas. And I know what you're thinking right now, Masako, how could you even let yourself get into a relationship with this person in the first place? And I can't even give you a proper answer for it at all. But let me tell you now, what I went through makes me not want to go back there. I don't even want a kid with what I don't even want a guy who has 1 kid at this point because of what I went through and saw for myself. I guess in the beginning I thought that it was just a casual thing, and as time went on and things happened, I ended up kind of falling for him. So in my mind, I had kind of placed myself in the stepmother role, which was very strange because his oldest kid was kind of close to my age, which was, yeah, no. One thing that I realized is that when you date a man with that many kids, or kids in general, is that you will never be the number one priority in their life. The kids will always come first, which is not a bad thing. Any decent parent should always make their kids come first. And that's one thing that I admired about him, was that he was a good dad. But there was also a part of me that resented him for, why do you have so many kids? Because every single time, I kid you not, every single time we had a sleepover, or let's say I'd be at his place spending time with him. He doesn't live with his kids, by the way. Let's say I'd be at his place and I'd be planning to spend just 3 days or 2 days with him. Randomly, he'd get a call from one of the baby mamas to say that she's sick, or there's an emergency, she needs to drop the kids off at his place, and there's nothing that we can do about it because those are his kids, you know? And on my end, there's nothing I can do about it either because they're his kids and they came first. And hey, yeah, this man has to be a good parent. And I like that. But for me, it also sucked because I also want to spend time with my man, but that is their father, and they also need to spend time with their father as well. So you will never be number one in that man's life, and your time with him is gonna constantly be cut short. Number 2, the finances. Children mean expenses, and he had a lot of expenses because he had so many kids. It was school fees, it was food, it was a bunch of things. You know kids are expensive. So because he had so many kids, his finances were always being pulled in 1,000 different directions, and it left us with practically close to nothing when it came to going out on dates or even being spoiled. Because one thing about me, I do believe that a man is supposed to be a provider in everything. And that's a very important thing for me. And also, I like it when my man gives me money. But because he had so many kids, it left us with less money and left me with less money. And whenever I needed help, or I needed help with a bill or something, it would be like pulling teeth because the man just ain't got it like that, or he's budgeted money for something else, or the money's going in a different direction. You get me? So you can never really have full fun. You can't really go out on the dates that you want to go out on. You can't go to fancy places because he has expenses. And then this guy would come and tell me sometimes that if I was married to him, sometimes the kids would come over on the holidays. And imagine thinking about having to labor for that many kids. Imagine when all of them come over and I'm a 20 something year old, right? And the other kids are close to my age, the others are really young. Now I'm forced to cook for a huge family. Oh my goodness. I don't like labor. I do not like labor, okay? So having to imagine that kind of put me off, and I'd rather just start my own family afresh with the man of my dreams, or whatever man that, you know what? Yeah, with the man of my dreams. The man that
So
God
that I
has in
can
store
avoid
for me.
such drama.
There'd also be times where he would disappear for weeks and weeks on end, almost a month basically, and go to Durban with his family, right? Because there was a family emergency. And he wouldn't tell me anything. Now, I don't blame that on the fact that he has kids. That was just a character flaw on his own because he lacked good communication. But yeah, he would just disappear with his kids and go basically with his entire family and handle family business and not tell me anything. And then it dawned on me that this man actually doesn't think that he owes me any explanation for disappearing for a month on end because his family is already complete. In his mind, his family is complete. He doesn't have to explain anything to anyone, which means in his mind he never saw me
Who he
as
can spend the
someone rest of his life with. And this is why I do not want to date a man with kids, because I want to start my own family and I want to be a part of a family with the man that I'm going to spend my life with. When you are coming into a family unit that's already formed with a system, it's like you are coming in as an outsider. And as an outsider, you might not have as much rights to speak on certain topics, and you might not receive as much respect as you would have received in a normal, having formed that family from scratch with that man. You get me? There are step parents going through the most out in here because the kids don't respect them. And how am I going to discipline somebody who is not my child? Some children just don't take too well to step parents. And worst part, I'm in my 20s. Like, it's like, who are you to tell me what to do when my dad is 40 and you are close to my age? Don't tell me what to do. Who are you, ma'am? And believe me, I did not dodge teenage pregnancy and pregnancy out of wedlock so that I could just become a step parent and have to be slaving away at 6 or 7 plus kids. I don't even know. And there are a lot of people who are going to be mad at what I'm saying, but we all have the right to choose at the end of the day. And that's just not what I want for myself. Thank you so very much for listening to me, everyone. I appreciate you so much. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I truly appreciate each and every single one of you. And I will see you next time.